Yo, 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 what is up? We are back. It's me, Ryan from No Border Sports, and we've got Joe Stevens from Seahawks Talk in the house. What is
How's
up?
it going?
What is up? Oh, it's going great.
Do you guys
I
start
got
minicamp yesterday like us, or a different
yes.
schedule?
No, we started mini camp yesterday.
Any holdouts?
Well, so Bosa isn't practicing but he's there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
His contract isn't that. So it's like, hey, I'm not going to do anything where I could jeopardize getting hurt, but at least I'm here next to the team. Nick Bosa is he's a really good dude when it comes to he's a real loyal dude, I think. And a real, like he wants to be a part of a team. He wants to do his part. He knows it's not prudent for him to actually be doing anything in training and mandatory minicamp right now, but he's there, and the rest of the team understands. It's not like Kyle is like, "Why aren't you out there?" You know what I mean? Kyle's like, "Hey, thanks for being here, man. Really appreciate it. Don't worry about anything. You're here, right? That's all that matters. You're here." What does it say? It says Nick Bosa's here. He's trusting that the 49ers are going to pay him his money because, let's face it, if they don't, he can just go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? He could literally go anywhere. People will pay for that hand over fist. So, yeah, that's really it. I want to give a shout out real quick. We got Bryant Culp in the house. That's actually the gentleman who made this hat here and this wonderful coffee mug. Check it.
Man.
I also got a hoodie over there that's balling, but it's way too hot. Way too hot. You want to see somebody die on camera? Whoo. And then we got CarCast in the building. What up, CarCast?
It's been a while since I've seen CarCast.
Yeah. You guys showed a Friday show not too long ago. But,
yeah. And just popping in, John J.
John J from the 49ers Ultimate Report. Anybody who's joining this show later time and date, make sure to go and check out Bryant Culp, CarCast, and John J at 49ers Ultimate Report. They also have channels, and they do a great job covering the 49ers. Yeah. So
you have a Bosa hold in.
Yep.
He's holding in. I think one of our players was one of the first players to do this. Earl Thomas did it in 2000. I want to say 17, I think it was. Now, I'm sure there was people before that, but that's the first time I heard of it. And I know our fan base was pretty split, but that did last through training camp. Now is your fan base kind of just taking that, just whatever, kind of to be expected, right? So,
right. He could be like other players who just didn't show up. You know what I'm saying? I believe Debo didn't show up
this year,
if I remember correctly. Last year.
Oh, okay.
Debo's there now. He's not like practicing. Him, Trent Williams. I can't remember else. I think Travarius Ward. There's a couple of them, but Kittle's practicing. He actually broke off like a 60-yard touchdown today. He was making sure everybody knew that, he is George Kittle, and he still got it.
And the air wasn't going to stop him that he was practicing against.
Right. Well, no, I think it was on 11 on 11s.
Oh, really? Sure. Padded? I don't think they can do padded right now, right?
No, but it's still 11 on 11.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Well, Joe, they just keep the same amount of players, but without pads.
Yeah, no, I got you.
You're good. You're good, bro. It's been one of those weeks. You were working to what, 9 o'clock last night? You're like, I'll give you a mulligan, bro.
Yeah, about 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's too much.
So everybody showed up for Seahawks minicamp. Jamal Adams was there. Jordan Brooks was there. This is the mandatory minicamp, obviously. Yeah, they're not practicing, obviously. They're both rehabbing still, but they're there. So.
Sam Darnold is avoiding Jair Brown, who is it was our 3rd round pick that we moved up to get. Remember we picked that safety. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean avoiding him?
Yeah,
in coverage? Like he's that good?
He likes to bait quarterbacks, so he just kind of stays back from the receiver and makes a look like an opportunistic moment, and he just watches the quarterback, and then the moment the quarterback makes his move, he breaks on it, and he's trying to pick it off. So it's Sam Darnold's like, nope, sorry for whoever's covered by him. You're not getting the ball. Jason Niner Smash Massey, what up, man?
It is.
Rain City.
This is a Rain City bitch pigeon fan. Yes, it is.
Oh, that's you get points for creativity on that one.
No, that's a Barstool Sports OG thing. That's
really?
Yeah, because obviously Dave Portnoy's a Patriots fan. He calls Rain City bitch pigeons. I think it was before the Super Bowl.
See, I really started catching up with him during the shutdown.
Oh yeah.
So that's one thing. I started back into UFC. Start back watching UFC because it was like literally the only live event.
I did the same thing during COVID shutdown too.
Yeah. And you know what? I got to say shout out to Dana White. I thought he was going to just be like, screw it. I'm doing my own thing. I'm just going to get this done. He did, but he made sure he did it as like me standing back. I was like, no, all that stuff, that like everything he was doing to try and keep everything, safe for everybody. I think it was top notch. I think he did it perfectly well. I think he did the smart thing. I'm so glad he had entertainment for us. And then you had Dave Portnoy doing the openings at night that I kept on tuning into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was watching live when he opened up the package with Randolph in it. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know anything about this.
You don't know about Randolph? He's got a necklace with a goldfish in it. One night he's opening things and somebody sends him a goldfish in a bag. And he's like, what do I do with this? Like he finds like some kind of like thing that holds something on the table. You know what I mean? Like it's like one of them. It's not like a vase. You know what I mean? Like you can't really put flowers in this thing because it's like not deep enough or stands upright. But it's like you ever seen those little like the wooden balls? That just they're made of like sticks that have been wrapped around into balls and whatnot, and there's a whole bunch of them. It's something to hold those things, and he pours Randolph in there, and the next day, he's got some better thing for him. But it's like I was watching when that happened. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Like I was watching when he got sent a woman's toy. You know what I'm saying? It was interesting. It was like, what are we going to get to see tonight? You know what I mean? He was putting people would send him a t-shirt and he would put the t-shirt on and he'd open up more things and it gave people a chance to promote their businesses in such a hard time. You know what I mean? So I appreciated both them in that time. And then I found so much more in Barstool. There was lots going on, like as far as
we ordered. Me and one of my friends, we order Rough and Rowdy every 2 or 3 months. Whenever Rough and Rowdy's on, we pay the $20 when we watch it live. That shit is so fun to watch.
There should be more things. There should actually be more stuff like that locally in every town, so people can just get out their gripes. You know what I mean? In a safe environment. You know what I mean? It can never go too far. You know what I mean? And it's everybody gets to see. You know what I mean? Like it's put up or shut up.
I don't know if you guys have it up north, you northerners, but we do in fact have 2 bars within 5 miles from my house. One's north, one's east, I think. And they do midget wrestling twice a year.
That's not it's not fighting people you have a grievance against.
I think it is. I think they have grievances against each other. They're
Not
freaking celebrities.
little people don't hate each other. They're forced to wrestle each other for money as a joke.
No, they make it. They're legit. All right. They are legit. You there?
Well, there goes my connection.
Oh, now I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, just as far as like fun stuff that people do, not as far as like, yeah, we went on totally two different tracks. It wide and I went one way, you went the other. But yeah, they're cool about it.
So Grant Cohn said today that he thinks that that's Jair Brown, that safety I was talking about, might actually take Gibson's rollover. And I don't know if you remember Tyshawn Gibson from last year, but he was like the leading
name. Is he not on the team anymore?
No, he came back on like a really cheap deal. It was really nice. And we were like, oh, phew. And it's like now they drafted somebody and this guy might be sitting on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like Tyshawn, but it's kind of nice because he's older. Tyshawn Gibson, he's older. So if you could play this young buck and have Tyshawn Gibson in the back, just waiting, put him in on certain packages or whatnot. But just have him in the wings waiting, you know what he could do. And the less that he's out on the field, the less chance he has to just like fall off all of a sudden, So to me, I just think we'll see.
Yeah, I think safety is a cool position where you can almost have like such a mixed bag of type of guys, right? Like bring them out in different situations, obviously, right? Like obviously there's the traditional free safety, strong safety roles, right? But I think safety is such a position now, especially since like seeing Jamal Adams play, to where if you have a guy that can, I don't know about Jair Brown is his name, the 3rd round pick.
Yep, Jair Brown.
I mean, I don't know.
Jason.
Maybe
looks like Jason's like here in Seattle with us.
In town. Yeah, it was hot as fudge today.
You could say fuck. I just want you to know.
Yeah, no, I've been here long enough. I think I know I can say fuck on this channel.
What up, Beto?
Can you actually go up to Bryant's first comment there, asking about Jake Bobo, because he was actually lighting it up. If you were still here, Bryant, yes, he is actually. I was surprised to see it, but I read an article on like it was either fan-sided or something or other. They did highlight Jake Bobo as possibly making the 53-man roster headed out of minicamp or OTA's minicamp type deal. They highlighted him last week, so maybe you were onto something there.
Yeah, Bryant he wasn't talking a lot. He didn't have a lot of for sure things, but Jake Bobo, Jake Moody at pick 99. And we still need to see what DTR does, but it seems like those were his big 3 picks, and I would say he's pretty much coming through on all of them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? With this news from Jake Bobo here, we just got to hear about DTR here, and he might be the draft whisperer.
Think about it. Jake Bobo was an undrafted free agent, so just to hear the fact that he's standing out during OTAs and minicamp, yeah, I think that Bryant was really onto something there. He is Bryant,
just like the 3rd round, the pick 99, Jake Moody, that was spot fucking on. So
yeah,
that's why you guys need to check out Bryant Culp and his channel.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a draft expert as far as players that nobody's ever heard of before, go to that guy.
He says, "Hey Bryant, I haven't seen you all day. LOL. I'm guessing him and Bryant have been in the chats all day together talking."
You know, it is hard to
So
say no.
Camaro, I'm sorry. It's not a call. This is just a regular show.
Do you know Camaro?
No, I don't. But I appreciate you
Uh,
for coming in here.
I was gonna say that face, that profile picture. If that actually is you, you might be able to join the show if you have that
Yes.
haircut.
Oh, what's that guy's name? What's his name?
Oh, is that a different person? That's not actually him.
No, there's a guy who creates music. I can't remember what his name is, and he wears like.
I think I know who you're talking about.
He wears Jankos. He's got the bowl cut, or he used to wear Jankos all the time, and like this pink
I know
jacket.
exactly.
Oliver Tree. That's who it is, and that's who it.
Yes.
It doesn't look like it, but it reminds me of it immediately. I'm like, that's Oliver Tree.
Yeah, my friend told me about him like a couple years ago. Once you said that musician with the haircut, I was like, yeah, that's who it was.
Yep. Bro, that guy is like, what a personality that guy is. I just gotta say it like that. What a fucking personality that guy is.
I've only seen him. I've only seen pictures.
Oh, like he doesn't break character. He doesn't break character.
You know what it's called when you don't break character?
What's up?
You know what it's called when you don't break character?
What's that?
A lifestyle.
Method acting?
It's a lifestyle.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you could live like this. He's a little too erratic to actually live like this. You know what I mean? It's got to be an act. There's got to be other people that don't get to see that side of him. Is there anybody else from this draft that's that has been making moves, or anybody who necessarily wasn't, anything much to talk about last year that is kind of breaking out a little bit so far this year?
Yeah, I guess one, I don't know if I talked to you about this last week. Cameron Young, he's our nose tackle, I think, out of Mississippi State, I think it is. I guess he's standing out, but I've said this a million times. It's OTAs. How well can a nose tackle stand out in OTAs and minicamp, right? Like, they're not in full pad, so I don't know. I guess he's standing out. Yeah, other than that, they were playing Devin Witherspoon. He took a couple snaps at nickel today, and people are kind of making a big deal out of that. He'll be an outside corner. I guess, yeah, I don't know. I guess the big question going into training camp is, I think Devin Witherspoon and Tariq Mullen are going to be our two outside corners, but who's going to be the nickel spot? Is it going to be Mike Jackson or Kobe Bryant? So, because Mike Jackson was a solid outside cornerback last year. So,
who do you think Beto would want you to have as nickel?
Dude, I don't know.
Kobe Bryant.
I
like a Lakers fan.
I thought you meant who would get burnt more. Like,
no. Like, just on name value alone, who don't want you to play? That would be Kobe. Shout out to Kobe.
This is Rip Mamba. This is going to be a like I said, not the whole defense, but this secondary is kind of going to be like a Legion of Boom secondary, to where, like, I think that guys aren't going to make the roster and are honestly going to be starters in other places, if that makes sense. Like, that's how deep our secondary is this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But remember, your cornerbacks don't do anything in other programs.
I don't know. I don't know. Because this is just such a deep, like, Like you almost wish it was 14 on 14 with how many good defensive backs are on this team this year,
Can we
right?
just increase the team size or the playing size so we could just,
Well, because
make
you're
it so
like,
the
okay,
Seahawks could have all these DBs?
well, no, just in your head, you're like, okay, yeah, I really want Kobe Bryant to start it at nickel, right? But I also want to see what Mike Jackson can do because he played great outside corner last year, right? And then it's like we have three safeties. We have Quandre Diggs, Jamal Adams, and Julian Love. So it's like, we can't have all those guys on the field at the same time.
No.
Yeah.
But what you should be doing is training some of those guys in other positions that they can fit into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like figure out who you can move to, who could play safety and let's say nickel. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Who can play these two types of roles, and then you've got a spot for them because then they could play in two different positions. They got a lot more, Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how
And I
the
think,
49ers have been doing that this offseason with how they've been getting guys. Everybody in our secondary was kind of like a slash something else.
mhm. Yeah. And I think that's kind of how Julian Love will be from the Giants. And then I almost think, what's up, David McNiner? I
What?
almost think with that Witherspoon, like the way they were kind of using Jalen Ramsey in LA, not just keeping him one spot, like trailing the best receiver on that team. I think he's going to kind of be that guy.
So, Sam Darnold. I'm gonna speak on this, kind of let you know a little bit of something. Sam
Okay.
Darnold in practice yesterday, he drew the off, so he had a free play. And then he just tossed the ball in the dirt to the side of, I think, Christian McCaffrey. Yeah. So instead of just going, fuck it, let's open this bad boy up and take a shot. You know what I mean? Like which receiver's going deep, who looks like they're open the most, let's drop this thing in the air. He decides to just throw a check down in the dirt. And that to me is not a good sign.
I gotta be honest with you. So, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Because play didn't stop. You're good. The play didn't stop. You know what I mean? So go ahead. You can speak on. I got more to say though after.
I've always thought in that mindset, like you see that defender jump, you take a deep shot, right? We were playing the Carolina Panthers last year. Their defensive end clearly jumped offside. So Gino just threw a ball that was basically like it got picked. Okay. It was not even a 50-50 ball. It was like a 90-10 ball, 90% going to the defensive back. They never threw the flag. Yeah, they never threw the flag.
Still, that doesn't matter. I don't care if that happened once, twice, or three times. Every single time that happens, I want our quarterback taking a shot.
Me too. I mean, that just shows like the mental. That's a mental aspect of the game, right? Because it's like, why would you go for a check down or even a throwaway pass? Like, why would you do that if the defense jumped offside?
And also, it seems like Sam is taking a lot of time in the pocket to make decisions to the points where people are running, like defensive linemen are running past him, aka sacking him. Like he had 3 sacks today, right? But he's like, I don't know if he thinks that not getting sacked and completing a pass is a mark in the good column. You know what I mean? Like,
like 10 seconds later.
Right. Like, if that's the case, throw it away, Sam. Get practice throwing it away, Sam. You know what I mean? Like, show me that you know what to do, because in real life, you're just going to be sacked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I understand if you get sacked real quick and then, something's developing down the field. And you're like, look, I want to make sure I try and, throw this ball into this window because it's a good learning experience, timing, all that stuff, right? I get that. But you're getting sacked like 3 times by the same guy. You know who it is? It's Cleveland Farrell.
Cleveland. Yeah.
Yeah. From the Raiders. They couldn't figure out how to use him correctly and this and that. And Coach Kocurek got a hold of him. And it seems like I would think that this news is saying, hey, this guy is doing all right. He might be. I can't remember if he was going up against the 1s or the 2s at this time. But you know what I mean? Like, seems like that guy's got a little thing going on. Danny Gray came out yesterday and had a ballin' ass day after he dropped his first pass. He was just lighting people up. And then today he had a shit day. Like he was lighting people up in shallow crossers and deep crossers and slants, which is great because we only thought he could just run straight.
Mm-hmm.
Like a short, faster DK. Run straight.
I just can't wait for the preseason. At least the preseason. I want to see live competition of these guys. You know what I mean? It's like I'm tired of hearing about, how this guy looked during half-ass practice. I just want to see, like, full game speed, like, what they'll look like,
Wow, Beto's in here speaking Spanish. Oh, we got Damian Lee in the house. What up, sir?
What's up, Damian Lee? One thing I appreciate
Hola,
about
¿cómo estás? Oh, yeah. What up? Go ahead.
Oh, one thing I appreciate Damon Lee is he never talks shit about anything. So like that's my thing. He's always very just very reserved in his comments. I really appreciate that about Damian Lee. That's my favorite part.
Damian Lee never talks shit. Damian Lee's got heaters, bruh.
It was Sam Darnold's birthday the other day.
Yeah. Yes, it was. And he still sucked.
Yeah.
Like I can't get over that. Like that's not ghost. That's just poor decision making.
Yeah.
And like I guess was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I think he made it through an interception yesterday to though obviously it ended a drive. But I mean, like it was like nothing going on, like nobody in his face, and he just threw a bad, just horrible pass. It went straight to the.
Okay, obviously he's not going to be the starter. You guys don't want him to be the starter, but aren't you glad he's making the free play mistake now instead of? Well, I guess he's not a rookie. Yeah,
bro,
I don't know.
Bro, there's no reason whatsoever you should be. You need to train yourself to be immediately. That's such a great training moment, and he just shit the bed with it. You know what I'm saying? The moment you get one of those, you need to be going for the throat. That's your time to shine. That's your knockout blow. That's your fatality. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah,
made no sense.
Obviously, if my team jumps off sides, it's the worst play in the world. But if we have that free play, right, the number one thing you're thinking is, well, nothing can go wrong, right? This is a positive play, no matter what.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, you can say you're waiting. You throw a pick six. It's not a pick six. You can make the dumbest play in the world.
Yeah.
Just don't do nothing.
It's not a pick six. You gain 5 yards, and you might get a first down.
Exactly. Take a risk. Like, you can be the most conservative person in the world. Just take a risk of that play.
Yes. And like on defense, you see that happen. You see one of your guys jump off side. You better get deep. Because if the quarterback isn't throwing deep, he's stupid. You know what I mean? Unless there's just somebody butt naked running across the center of the field. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And what I mean, butt naked, I mean he's not covered.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rodgers used to piss me off. Remember, he perfected that. And I do not like Aaron Rodgers. He pisses me off so much.
Seahawks weren't a decent AFC team.
No, we sucked.
Not really.
No, we
Yeah.
sucked in the
Their
AFC.
best successes come in the NFC the second time they entered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've been honestly, I will not. We've been great. Not to toot my own horn. We've been honestly great since we joined the NFC. Really, 2002 till now, we've been one of the more dominant teams in the league. If you just look at record wise, not Super Bowl wise, obviously, but record wise, just playing us any given Sunday. In the AFC, we sucked.
What up, Corey?
What's up, Corey? Corey's the man.
Yeah, no. It was like it was almost like we were playing the Seahawks when they played in the AFC, and now it's like, oh shit, we got the Seahawks. You know what I mean? Like it's a total change.
Yeah,
it's a
exactly.
180. Like you had guys on your team, you know what I mean, that were outstanding players throughout your history, you know, somebody to this and that. But when you don't have multiple people on each side of the ball that are like that, and all the supporting players or all the other players that aren't, you know, superstars also being able to, you know, carry their weight too. You know what I mean? That's
well,
why
if you look at that,
we weren't.
The defense of the mid '80s Seahawks, I mean, it was right up there with, you know, the Legion of Booms, right? But the problem is their offense was absolutely piss poor. I mean, we had Jacob Green, Fred Young, Joe Nash.
Who?
Joe Nash.
Who?
No, but that's what I'm saying. As if they would have won
Yeah.
a Super Bowl or been to a Super Bowl, you guys would have known who they were, right? They had. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name, but they had Jacob Green, Joe Nash, and one other guy. They called them the diehards, and they ran a 3-4 back in the day, and they rushed 3 players every play, and they led the league in sacks. You know, so it's like it was cool. We had 4 pick sixes in one game against the Chiefs. You know, that defensive backfield with Kenny Easley and Dave Brown. So.
Oh, Corey is letting us know that he was on his last chapter as 49ers trivia. So he is now purchasing 3 new books. So we should be good for about a year and a half, I think, with like 3 books. Wouldn't you think? Maybe 2? Holy moly.
Corey, I suck with mail, but if I like send you money, will you buy a Seahawks or just NFL trivia book? Because that's where I got lost. I was just shitting the bed at 49ers trivia. I just sucked so bad at it.
You know, Joe, why don't you get your trivia book and then you invite us on? And we have to suffer through shitting through the trivia also.
So, believe it or not, so I ordered the Seahawks trivia book, Seahawks Ultimate Trivia book, like probably about 2 years ago, and I'd just be doing something around the house, and I just have my wife ask me trivia questions because that's one of my favorite things to do, right? Like, and plus, I like to be that show off and be like, oh, I can answer all these trivia questions, right? Because they are. A lot of the Seahawks history isn't like the 49ers history, right? We haven't had a lot of great players like way back in the day.
Right.
So it's
a lot more
simple.
obscure things.
Yeah, exactly.
Or obscure names, I should say. Because obviously they're all kind of the same milestone type things. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, Seahawks trivia is very simple compared to 49ers trivia, I'll tell you that. Trade Atlanta to AFC for no. Why?
I don't know. I don't really care about any other team except for the Niners, essentially. So I don't, unless, like, I don't see how to put this. Unless it's giving the 49ers an advantage in any way, I don't care. It's not a thought process. Can you explain why you want to do that, Damien? I appreciate to know, because that might be more helpful. If I knew what your thought process was behind it, I might be able to actually have an opinion on it. You know what I mean? To me, out of the blue, I just like, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? To trade anybody, you know what I mean? Like, I would just be like, leave it up to them. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had no personal views on this.
Yeah, I won't. It's like, it don't, unless they're in the NFC West, obviously, it doesn't affect me one bit, really, at all.
Where's the umpire at? Like, we put the backdrop on for him. He doesn't even show up.
What?
I put the backdrop on for the umpire.
The umpire.
The umpire.
Corona?
Yeah.
Corona?
Yeah, the umpire.
We did have some Seahawks news, if you want to hear it. Miami Coast looked like. I don't know who Mark Anthony is.
Mark Anthony, he was like the top male Latin singer for some point in time. So there was like, went from Ricky Martin to, who was that one guy? I can be your hero, baby.
Emilio Estevez.
I think no. I think
isn't that Ricky Martin?
No, that was another guy. He had this mole.
That's who I thought Ricky Martin was, with the mole.
Well, Ricky Martin might have had a mole, but Ricky Martin was gay. This other guy was straight, and he was nailing a tennis, like a hot tennis chick. And then, and then Mark Anthony, I believe, he was the successor to him.
Okay.
There might have been somebody in between, but I'm pretty sure Mark Anthony was in between there. And like J-Lo just couldn't, she couldn't help herself. You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do?
The only Jennifer Lopez I know is the one on Cartman's hand. Oh
yeah. Were you watching? Taco kisses for me. Taco kisses for me, Ben. You you should have checked out the Niners the NWO show on Monday. Our good friend Beto had his voice changer, and he got into the high pitch one, and I told him to do the taco kisses for the Ben. And so he did taco kisses for me, Ben. So
Ben.
Wait. Hey, Damien. And then I looked across the bar, and I was like, Emilio.
Yeah, that's where Emilio. I got it from, the Roxbury. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Emilio Estevez.
I was like, Emilio.
Yeah. Brian Colt did say, how should the NFL reset the NFC division, or NFL divisions, basically? My thing is, get the Colts out of the AFC South because they play in Indiana. Maybe switch them with the Dolphins. That would be my one complaint. You got any complaints about the divisions?
Again, it just, as long as it made sense. I guess what you brought to the table there, I'd be like, yeah, we need to do that. But other than that, like, I don't like moving teams around too much, because like, it seems like every division has its own cycle. Good, bad, time, this and that. And when you start moving that up, it kind of messes all that up. You know what I mean? Just keep everybody on their cycle. You know what I mean? Because it seems like, times, a whole division will be on fire, and other times you'll have two teams that are on fire in a division. The next thing you know, all the teams will suck in the division. or you only have one. You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of always turn. I just never a fan of just moving things around just to go, oh, hey, we did something. Like there should be clear motive behind, and there should be multiple things that make it beneficial to doing a move like that. Personally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I just miss one thing I do miss was playing the Rams at 10 o'clock in the morning once a year. You know, that was fun. I like East Coast games. I really do. I like getting up at 10. Well, getting up at 8 and then watching the Fox NFL Sunday pregame.
Why don't you just get up at 8 anyways? Watch.
I get up at 8.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
actually,
what I'm saying.
I probably no, I do. So here's my thing. I lied. I probably get up at 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday and Sunday, but on Sundays, like you'll watch Fox NFL Sunday or CBS NFL Today, whatever you want to watch, and that starts at 8 or that starts at 9. You watch that for an hour, and then the 10 o'clock games come, and then you gotta wait for the Seahawks to play. But when the Seahawks play at 10 o'clock in the morning, which we're really good on the East Coast, by the way. We usually win, and then I want to watch football the rest of the day. If we lose, I'm out doing something in the yard or working on a car or something like that to not watch football the rest of the day.
Now that I don't really drink so much, when I used to drink and watch the game, I used to love watching the game in the morning or the afternoon because I sit there, have my beers and whatnot, and then I can like sober up kind of before even the night game starts and just be sitting there chilling, cooling, not even caring about anything, just watching the game, having a blast. And then like with the Sunday night games, man, or the evening games, like I start, I used to like, when things would go bad, I'd start drinking more. You know what I'm saying? I can put down a beer real quick. You know what I'm saying? So like all of a sudden I'd be like, damn, I'm hammered. Wake up the next morning like, oh man, what do I do? Sometimes still heavily buzzed. So like it's just better for me when I was doing that. Now I don't care. Like whatever time of the day. I do like evenings though, because I like the ambiance of it. I like the under the bright lights. Cause like I played football. And so like playing football, like that's you always wanted to play under the lights. From the moment you signed up, you want to be playing Friday night under the lights because there was like this, aura to it. It was special. So like to me now, it's like, yeah, let's see this night game. Let's get into it. I don't care. I'll watch games all day long. In fact, I kind of like it because if my game's the Sunday night game, then I can watch all the football games that I want to before my game starts. I can, have opinions on certain things, this and that, make content if I want. And then I can stop in the evening and just watch my game as a fan. And then, the only problem is wanting to go live afterwards and talk about the game.
Yeah, I'll be doing that a lot this year. Obviously, I haven't had a YouTube that long, right? So this year will be fun. Yeah. I'll have like a different platform to like bitch about the Seahawks or tout out about how good so-and-so did or how good they did. One complaint I have about the night games is when you go, you're not getting home. The game ends at 8:30-ish here, but you're really not getting home until 10:30. And then working the next day always sucks.
What up, David Corona? I was wondering where you were, bro.
We sent the peace signal out.
Yeah, we sent the signal out, bro. You could feel it. Hey. See the hat? See my fancy hat, David Corona. Shout out to Bryant Culp. I don't know if anybody knows this, but Bryant Culp is the one who made the hat and the cup possible. There's also a badass hoodie right over there that I am not putting on right now. But I was like, oh my God, this whole kit looks sick. Plus, oh banger. Remember my old color scheme? I got me
badass. I don't remember your old color scheme, but that's the one you
It
should
was
be wearing.
the
I'm
neon
a, you
green.
know, I'm a dad hat kind of guy, right? I'm not a Kyle Shanahan hat kind of guy. I'm a, I'm a dad hat
I
guy.
like them both. I like them both.
Hat looks like Grant's couch.
Like Grant's couch. That's awesome. Oh, I forgot to call Grant up and tell him how to fix the pipe. He's got a pipe in the middle of his wall that everybody talks about, so he's moved everything into the corner. And all he needs to do is get a pieces of wood and create like a little box around it without the back end, and you just kind of take double-sided Velcro, and you just stick the one side onto there, take off the tab, the other one, and then stick it against the wall, and the Velcro will hold the thing against it. And then if you need to get to the pipe, you just unvelcro it. Oh, shots fired. Shots fired. GoFundMe for the Rams to keep the electricity going in Levi's Stadium South. You know where what Levi's Stadium South is, right?
SoFi, yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I'm not. This is not a slight towards 49ers fans at all, towards you guys at all. But it feels like they're playing an away game when it comes to playing any reputable team, right? Like the Seahawks, same thing. I mean, I don't know how bad it was against when the 49ers came to town there, but yeah, they don't have home games, which is insane.
Yeah. It's like, and we bag on them for that. I just feel bad for like some of the content creators that I know, Peo Time, Ramelia. I just feel bad for them in that situation because, they're true fans. You know what I mean? They're true diehard fans, and they don't deserve that happening in their stadium. You know what I mean? But as it being the Rams team, like there's the other 3/4 of me is like, who gives a fuck, Ryan? Like, you know what I mean? But still, I appreciate the people, and I can't, I feel bad for them.
It is rough. You guys invaded our stadium last year. I'm not shitting you. It was bad, and I was pissed because I was like, not pissed that you guys were there. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, thank you, Corey. I really appreciate it. Thank you for everything you do for us. You're always keeping us together on Thursday nights with the trivia. We congregate on Saturday. Plus, you come to my nights. You're always in my chats. Really appreciate you, sir.
Yeah, Corey's always there. Corey's a guy you can count on.
There you go, Damien. Way to hook it up. Make sure we got the lights on when we go to play.
But no, so the 49ers, their fans like invaded our stadium last year on that Thursday night game. And I was pissed. I wasn't as pissed as the 49ers fans for showing up. I was more mad that all these Seahawks fans would sell their tickets. Like that's what I was more mad about. Like, how are you not showing up and showing out? Like, this is definitely the biggest game of the year. How are you not? Like, that really irked me in a bad way. Because it's not like if I get tickets for a good price to go Levi's Stadium, I'm gonna go, right? So
right. Well, not just that. When you're talking about at your home stadium, you're talking about Seahawks fans not going and selling their tickets to Niners fan. You're talking about you're lessening your advantage. You know what I mean? That's less of a chance that the 49ers got to run a silent count. You know what I mean? And that's not what you need at all, ever.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter if you've got a great team that'll knock the wheels off everybody. You still want to dominate people and make it so they can't hear anything. And just the case that they might be able to sneak one off at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
doesn't
and it's
matter.
happened more than once. It's not just a fluke, right? Like it's happened. If you have a good running game, a good defense, and a good crowd, you're almost unstoppable at home, right? So it's like I think Ticketmaster and the NFL Exchange, has a lot to do with that because it's so easy to get rid of your tickets now to anybody, and it's not like it was even like 10 years ago.
But that's kind of good because scalping has kind of gone out the window.
Oh, it has, and buying fake tickets has gone out the window too, which is
exactly.
It's good for the fan.
What I really appreciate. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's a win-lose, right? Like, obviously, like if I buy tickets, if I buy tickets for anything, I'm going through Ticketmaster because I've never been ripped off through Ticketmaster once in my life. I'm not going to buy them from a guy off the corner saying, "Oh, you got tickets." So
right. I'm looking for something where I get confirmation to where if I don't get something, I can turn around and say, "Hey, I didn't get my thing. This isn't right. I need my refund." You know what I mean? And they, they're there to give you a refund. It's all in the thing. So that's what I'm looking for. And I think it's good for the individual. It was like there was a certain law up here that made a certain thing not illegal anymore. My buddies were like telling me, you shouldn't vote for it. It's not the right bill. And I'm like, bro, if I could sit on my porch and do my thing, I ain't tripping about all the extra fine print, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
people aren't going to.
Yeah. You know what I mean? When it got legal here in Washington, my friends were like, some of them were like, no, you got to vote this one down so they'll make this and that. I was like, no, screw it. I want to make sure that nobody has to go to jail for this crap ever again. You know what I mean? For the most part, you know what I mean? Like, nah, let's get people. If we wait any longer, more people are going to go to jail.
So do you remember when they first legalized that? Like, okay, so say they legalize it in October or whatever, and then it doesn't come into effect until January 1st, and everybody was just smoking in the streets of Seattle. They're like, don't do it. You're not allowed to yet. But they're like, whatever, dude. It became legal like that. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah. It was. Well, it's
laid back here a lot.
Yes. Everybody, even the cops, every cop knew at least one or two people up here who smoked weed. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. And like to the point where like Seattle, had Hemp Fest once a year, and you could I've rolled a blunt in front of a cop when it was illegal, smoked it, just here you go, hand it to my homeboy, he hands it back. How's it going, officer? Hey, fine, gentlemen, how's it going? Just fine. You hungry, officer? No, I'm fine. Okay.
They're just sitting there, just that Hemp Fest. Now that's legal.
They might, because it was a place to sell the wares. It wasn't necessarily like a place for everybody to just get stoned. It was a place to like sell wares and yeah. Like it was. Oh man, there's people just walking through, just handing out joints. Like it was crazy. You didn't even have to go there with weed. You know what I mean? You could buy some, but at the same time, like, I'm not trying to buy some when there's cops everywhere. There's cops everywhere.
No, you know what I mean? So, just give you anything you want.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. You buy a pipe and they would load it for you. They would load it for you. Brand new pipe. They would load it for you. Here you go. And be like, damn, that's some good stuff. Let me buy another. Let me buy another one off you. You got those glass jars? You're gonna buy one of those filled?
Yeah, I know. The Seahawks are celebrating their 10th anniversary of Super Bowl 48 this season, so they're going to wear a 10th anniversary patch, one game. But the big news was we're going to wear our throwback uniforms October 29th against the Browns for the first time ever. So I'm very excited about that.
I actually like your guys' throwbacks.
Love them. Yeah.
I like the new ones better, but I like your guys' throwbacks as far as throwbacks go.
We've never wore a throwback ever once. Like since the Seahawks started, we have never like wore a throwback uniform like in general. Actually, I lied. I totally lied. During the 75th anniversary season of the NFL, we wore our 1976, but there's really not a huge difference between 76 and 95's jerseys. Yeah.
How do you like our 94s aways? The white ones, the all white.
Those. So whenever I play against the 49ers on Madden, like that's my thing. So My ritual every Sunday before a Seahawks game, I wake up, like I said, I wake up at like 6 in the morning, play a quick game of Madden, right? I play whoever we're playing, right? And whenever I play against the 49ers, I make sure they're wearing the cleanest looking uniform. So, yeah, I do choose the 94 throwback uniforms whenever I play against them.
Those things are nasty. Those things are tight, bro. Those are like to me, like that's like the Navy's dress uniform, like like with the white pants and the Navy, the black jacket. Is it the black jacket? It's almost like the Marine Corps. Whew, it's just so classy. Just saying.
I think the Seahawks will be the same. I mean, like I said, we literally have not seen the royal blue and dark green since 2001. Yeah, December of 2001 is the last time we've seen them. So I think a lot of people are really excited. I'm really excited about them.
If I was them, I would try and take that same look and colors and try and like bring it a little more modern. You know what I'm saying?
I thought the same thing.
And then make it as your alternate.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. But you got to do the silver helmet is the problem. And you got to have that secondary helmet.
Oh, yeah, you really do have to have that you do have to have that silver helmet to make it work right. Because that's kind of what, like, that's what sold the whole thing. It finished it off. You know what I mean? That's what made it work, the helmet. So, yeah.
Yeah, so David McNiner, if you're ever wondering, he asked me about the Seahawks being in the AFC. If you're ever wondering, if you watch an old Seahawks clip, if they're wearing a silver helmet, they're in the AFC. Aside from 1976, if it was from 77 through 01 and they're wearing that silver helmet, they're in the AFC. If they're wearing the blue helmet, NFC.
And if we get an alternate helmet, I want the 49ers to do the chrome gold.
Dude,
no stripe, just
have you seen the Huskies chrome gold helmet?
No, I don't think so. But
dude, it looks
those things look sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine the chrome golds. Imagine the chrome golds with the white 94s.
Did the 49ers helmets go a little more chrome this year? Because I swear when we played them on Thursday night, I was like, boy, those things look a lot shinier than they used to. So
it also might be the certain, because they have different types of helmets, right? So the different types of helmets might show the sheen a little bit differently. Also, certain players, because like look at Nick Bosa and George Kittle, they got the extra bump on the top of their head. You know what I mean, to help from getting concussions and whatnot. So that's gonna get rubbed a little. It's gonna. I don't know though. I don't know. I didn't hear anything about them changing the color of the helmets. I just know that you're going to do an alternate helmet, you need to do that chrome gold.
If you're wearing a gold helmet, do the gold chrome, because the gold chrome looks freaking sweet. The Huskies wear it once a year. I think it's usually once a year during a bowl game. They'll wear it, and they wore it during the Alamo Bowl last year in Texas, and it looked freaking sweet. So.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. Any other news about the Niners? Any questions about the Seahawks? I want to.
Do you know who he's talking about?
Collinsworth, I'm assuming.
Yes. Shout out to Damian Lee.
Now here's a guy that lost 2 Super Bowls with the Cincinnati Bengals. No silver logo with the 94.
No logo, silver. Yeah.
Oh.
With the 90.
Oh.
No, I think he's saying no logo and no silver on it. I'm just saying what I want is no stripes, 100% gold chrome, even the face mask, baby. And I'm talking about like a fat 49ers symbol on the side.
Bro,
maybe not a fan.
Do you have
but
your computer open?
yeah,
Can you present right now?
sure. What do you want me to look up?
Type in Washington Huskies
Or do you got?
Chrome helmets.
Okay.
Because those look freaking sweet. David McNiner, I disagree. I think our uniforms are pretty good. Actually, I don't disagree because I think they're gonna look freaking sweet. Sorry.
One second. I saw a mock one, and I was like, once I saw that, I was like, yep. Holy moly, guy.
You find them?
First things that came were the gold chrome.
Yeah. Dude, they look so good.
Oh.
Can you present?
Hold on,
Can you
let me-
present to the Niners fans?
Yeah, give me 1 second. You talking about this bad boy in the middle of the screen here?
I don't know if it loads.
Oh, you're talking about right here. Oh, is it?
No, it's not. David McNiner will blame it on Seahawks internet.
Right, but I guess it's not showing up.
Here,
That's funny.
I'll find it. I'll find it real quick. Check this out.
Come on, guy. What are we doing here? Holy moly, guy.
Did it work? No.
No, I shut it down because it was giving me issues.
Okay, let me share it. Because your fans are actually gonna like this.
Oh, bro, you gotta throw Rihanna under the bus, Damien. Whoa, Riri, poor Riri. I thought she was like a diamond in the sky. Oh, here we go.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Dude, those things look freaking sweet. Look at that. They just look so clean.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, that guy number 9 right there, he can stop the screen. But that guy number 9 right there, he's gonna be a good quarterback in the NFL. He's gonna be a first round pick next year.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I honestly think it might be Caleb Williams and then Michael Penix Jr. from the Huskies. So.
Oh wow.
Maybe if you're in the quarterback position next year, maybe take a look at him. Who knows? We might be too. So.
David McNiner letting us know that Chris Collinsworth has emotional damage. Shout out to Mr. Phil. Dr. Phil, sorry. Mr. Phil.
I don't mind Collinsworth. I don't mind Buck and Aikman like everybody hate him. You know, I just when it's yeah.
Collinsworth is constantly bitter about the 49ers fucking whooping his ass in the Super Bowl. And then Joe Buck, I don't really give a shit about. Or Troy and Buck, I don't care about. Whatever. Yeah. And then it's whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't mad at nobody. It's just Collinsworth, like, shit. The guy I really hate is Greg Papa.
Bro, if you only knew how much we make fun of Greg Papa here in town. Because I don't know what it was. Something happened in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs with you guys. And I think it was like you guys intercepted Mahomes or something. Did you guys intercept Mahomes in like the third or fourth quarter?
No, we did it early on.
He goes,
well, we might have done it again, but I think we did it early on.
So Greg Papa, something happened. Mahomes fumbled, Mahomes threw a pick, right? And Greg Papa goes, "Can you feel it now?" And then we play that all the friggin' time at our local radio station.
So he's supposed to, I believe he's supposed to be the play-by-play guy. And I can't remember his name. But the other guy's supposed to be the color commentary, right? So you got the play-by-play guy going, "Oh," and he runs out to the left. Now, the guy who tackled him, you know, he was been on the thing for this and that. He went to this college and he went da 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 da. It's like, bro, okay, so
like
he went
a baseball announcer.
Like what? How many yards did he get, homie? Is it a first down? Wow, second. Well, we're here coming for second. And it's like, okay, second of what? Second of what? You know what I mean? Like, you didn't let us know how far he ran the ball on the last play, and now you're not telling me down in distance for the next play. So, what are you doing? You're supposed to be the play-by-play.
Second and 1, first and 10, second.
Who wants
15?
to listen to two color commentary fucking people talking when they can't see the game? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
we've lucked out with our color commentator. He's freaking awesome.
Papa's supposed to be the play-by-play. Jesus.
So our play-by-play. Yeah, our play-by-play guy, he was a tight end for the Seahawks. Their very first game as the Seahawks, and he played a couple years, and then he became the which ones? So he became the color commentary, whichever one ads put input into, not the main guy.
Color.
Yeah, and then he became the play-by-play announcer after, and then it was him and Warren Moon forever, and then the Me Too stuff happened, and then it's Rabel and Wyman now. So
yeah, no, like he's awesome. Like he's been there from the start. Like it's good. Like that's one thing is like the fans in that area definitely always held true to their people and did right by them. You know what I mean? Even though no one else knew them, it's like the Seattle area still took care of their people. You know what I mean? Not everybody was a Seahawks fan.
Look at guys like, I mean, this will retain more to you, but look at guys like Jack Sikma and Detlef Schrempf, right? In Seattle, those are household names.
Yeah.
Like Seattle, if you see Detlef Schrempf, hell, even Sean Kemp, you know.
Well, everybody should know Sean Kemp, but not a lot of people are like, Detlef Schrempf. And we're like, dude, that's a moneymaker.
Somebody like that.
Sam Perkins.
Yeah, exactly. Big Smooth. So
Smooth.
That's one thing about Seattle that's actually, I don't know if it's like this. I've never been outside of Seattle barely in my life, but if you were basically a part of the Seattle sports and you played your heart out, you know, we embrace that. Like, that's our thing. You can move on and we'll still embrace you.
You remember who was that tight end you had? Oh God, he was I think he was from Canada, but he was on the BJ Shea. Luke Wilson was on the BJ Shea. Yeah, it was on the BJ Shea show every week.
And now he's on King 5 or Cairo 7 or Como 4, something like that. He's
Top Shelf was friends to the guy who lived next to my buddy Eli. So one day, I pull up to my buddy Eli's house and he says, Top Shelf's next door. I said, what? He says, yeah, listen. And you could hear him laugh. And I was like, no shit. So we're out there having a beer, this, that, and fucking chilling with Top Shelf. It was awesome.
That's so cool. But yeah, we do embrace, our like when Gino comes, I mean, there's not a lot of places when Gino comes in week 1 and puts up 17 points. The crowd's not screaming Gino in most places, right? They're not going, the Gino chants are happening. So it's just, I mean, it is truly a cool town because we are like very underrated as a city. And like even our sports teams always have been very underrated. And it's like we do the true ones, we do stick together. I mean, we got our own little thing going on. It's awesome. So
yeah.
But yeah, man. Sorry, got kind of emotional. You're talking about Seattle sports. That's my thing.
You're good. That's why you got a channel. I don't know if there's any more 49ers stuff to talk about. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I left out that you might. Who else was picking up steam? Yeah.
To be honest, all we got through today with the Seahawks is a couple players that look good in uniforms. So, but that's fine by me. It's June. It's June 7th.
June. Yeah. Well, I think we'll just wrap up the show. Let everybody know what you got going on the rest of the week. And
I'll probably be on Friday. I might have a late appearance like I did last week. Sorry about that, but that's about it. I think me and Levi are going to start doing a show on Tuesday, maybe. So, yeah. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm just reading the chat here. They're going in on Chris. So I've obviously got the show on Friday. I'll be off tomorrow. Who knows? I might be around or doing something. We've got the trivia show with Corey Thursday night. Obviously, he's buying 3 more books. So make sure to tune in. Other than that, man, I think we're good. I want to appreciate everybody who joined the show today. David Lee, David McNiner, Bryant Culp. Who else we have? Corey Davis in the building. Willie Rodriguez. I don't think I said what's up to him earlier. I'm sorry, Willie, if I didn't get you.
Up, Willie?
David Corona, the man, the myth, the P Cup legend. Who else do we have? Oh, Beto in the house. Appreciate it, Beto. Then we had, whoops. Nope, that's not it. We had Jason Niner Smash Matty. I'm guessing a Seattle faithful. We also had Camaro in the house. And John Jay. So Carcast also. Yep. So appreciate you all for joining today. Make sure to check the description and go to subscribe to our buddy Joe Stevens over here. And with that, we out.
Thank you, everybody.